Hello, good evening, good morning, good afternoon to everyone. Welcome to Ghost TV. I hope everybody is well. Ebusiafo amichechi obia ediba Ghost TV. So mo amuwo abochime mo ade asamo ade achemo ewia ebo mo so amichechi obia ediba Ghost TV. So and there say a treaty topic. Today we would want to learn, we would want to do some teachings, and so from the comments, the video I did, which is Africa Under Cares, so I've received some comments which people are asking for a version of the English. So I've decided to make a version of the English for that video. So that will be part 2, which will be the English version of that video. So maybe, if God willing, maybe tomorrow or maybe on Sunday, I will do that video, and then people who have already watched, they can go and then listen, and then they can get understanding from the video, which I made in my local dialect from Ghana. So I would want to do that video for the rest of the African continent or the rest of the world that can understand English to listen to that video and then get the better understanding. Now, and the addition topic why some part of the African country does not have anomalies, which is pyramid statues and depictions of gods, and some pictures, let's say some drawings in the mountains, as we have in Egypt, Kemet, Mesopotamia. We have some in Mesoamerica, some in Mexico, in Peru. We have so many places that Dubekli Tape. We have so many ancient drawings and ancient buildings, statues that talks a lot about our ancient life in this planet. And the topic I say you treaty Argentina, most of the African countries na one omuni the way oko Egypt obekwa ko hu omo pharaohs omo draw omo nchoroye any womo dan womo sisiye any enipa anase enyama womo de aye omo de bo na anwene ene esi ho ene no se uye ene nipa okoho usu bekwa kutimia akwa kusua de efri ho na wetimi ehu kwan anase obra ye nananom eboye every tete abisi ne inti sa topic no na me pese ye treaty na the inti a me pese ye treaty that topic ne say ayese yenum na ye wo West Africa, any other part of the African countries no sa nyema ni bi ni ho inti ama yenti ase anase yenim de no enhye dan dɔɔso te sɛ wɔmo no ɔmo kuro no ɔmo wɔ saa nyama ne bi wɔ hɔ wahu enti sɛ o kyerɛ obi ade na okɔka nyama bi hu saa anase okɔka nsɛm bi ɛfa the way Egypt ɛne Mesopotamia ɛne Peru mu ne Mexico countries no ɔmo wɔ nyama wɔmo nana no mu egyae ɔmo dansie any the way omutimi develop womo ho no into uni nipa na kasa na very hard den say ubetimi etimi achire obi ade ama nipa na nyante ase because sanyama no onhu bi da nanso some of the African countries to say baby to say South Africa okoho a obekwa ko hu nyama wodo wo ho ekire say womo nana no mu bi no asetena womo tena ye no ni the way omama ne omama mrete ye no obekwa ko hu enyama inti sa kro no okoso kra na omo no omunim se bibi saa wo ho and yes ebia we Christosum ni we Islam sum kwa na ewo ho omo wanyama bebre into womo no omo ye very open minded omo bie wo ma dwen mu no munnim omo aba consem wo ho so what I was trying to say is, so most of the African countries doesn't have this kind of buildings like the way we have in Egypt, the pyramid, and then the statues, and then the drawings, and then how they tell their stories, how they live their life, their culture, most of how they grow their crops, their farming, and what happened to them, and before maybe their civilization collapsed, or how the civilization begins from such countries. So most of the countries in Western African countries, especially let's say in Ghana, for precise, because that is where I come from, and I know much of the places. And so in this country, we don't have such things like the way we have in Egypt, Mesopotamia, and Peru, Mexico, and other countries that they have these things which dated about 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 years ago. So because of that, most of the African countries who are in this small world, rather unfortunate for them, it's only some two parts of the belief that they know, which is Christianity and Islamic religion. And so such people, when you are trying to give them teachings, when you are trying to enlighten them, you find it very difficult to give them the knowledge, because they find themselves unfortunate because they are within a certain world that doesn't involve, or this kind of stuff is not within their world, and so they only know two beliefs, and because of that, it brings challenges anytime you try to give such people knowledge of this world. The reason why I'm treating this topic is because most of the African countries, when you come into the country, you realize that there has been some beliefs, some hearsay, some histories about these two religions, which is Christianity and Islam. And we, the African countries, which does not have the kind of stuff that Egypt, Mesopotamia, and the rest have, they kind of believe in only two religions. And so with these two religions, we find it very difficult to give them knowledge or to give them information about the past. So the reason why I'm trying to treat this topic is because I realize that most of the African countries that have all these depictions, these ruins, these statues, and then the pyramids, they are kind of open-minded people. So they've opened their mind into all knowledge, and so it's hardly for them to judge people, and they are hardly to hate people based on maybe the belief they are in, because they know a lot of things, you understand. And giving more information to people is part of the enlightenment, it's part of the awakening. And so these people were already given, or they find themselves fortunate to have all these ruins, these buildings, and these pyramids in their country. And so they know. And most of the people travel outside to go for tourist attraction to watch all these things. And even if you come to some part of the country, so when we say archaeologists, it's going to be difficult to find people who are within this field, because we don't have such things for us to explore. And the American mechanic say, over African countries, yenye crew nimu for over, especially in Ghana, and I say in some of the Nigerian countries and other countries now, sanyamani be ni hono. It's very difficult so be chire nipa de. And as Obama nipa ne sa information say asimasi BBC so ho. Enti say eba ne sa na now mene wo no afi kwan ben so na ye be den ye be fa na yetimi di enimdie say etimi ama ye nuanom. Wa ho enti sesi ano kwan e wasa ye fa so ne say ɛwɔ sɛ yɛtumi yɛ den ɛkyerɛ wɔn beebi a ɛnyɛma ni bi say ɛnyɛma ni bi say ɛwɔ hɔ a wɔn ankasa wɔn kɔ a wɔn betumi akɔ yɛ den wɔn bɛkɔ akɔhu anaasɛ wɔn bɛkɔ akɔte ho abakɔnsɛm sisi akora internet ayɛ fo nti sisi a wotumi kɔ Google kora ɛkɔ hwehwɛ saa ɛnyɛma yi na wahwehwɛ background na wahwehwɛ wɔn a wɔn occupy such places no for that long time. What you say over thousands of years ago no na saa nkrofo ho na omote a ye nananom so happen to be say wom so wom na omote hobi na womotena ebobra na kwan a omofa so tena ye ekuaye ene enyama bebre a enyame no mu bi sane ye ebe ye den ebe kire wom eya mekire se eya meka enyame na I am measured at Nasi, na my den, na my chirasia. Me can say because enoni adia ye de achero. Na won't be nya understanding in frame. But me kase nyamia. Enye nyame na unim anase ewo utrim anase ewo books numu ebi a Quran and a Bible no. Enye sa nyame na asem na meka. Because sa abodie womo ye soronko, womo nim die we chire. Na womo no matena asase no so ache. Oma advance womo drum pempen so obi a omutimi tena wiase anasa omutimi tena ewia ni mu ho for so many years afi bebre what you say abra womo nya den womo wu because oma ko menim asen ye nti eba na sa na womo sane eba from eba be kire ya ade wo omo a na omo kire ya ade kakra na enne ya ba be drum pempen so yi na ade na womo be kire ye no bebre eseye nkrofo de wo ma adwen esan so be ye den ebe fa ho nti eno enne na ye friend religion no nti long years ago no na there was a man called Muhammad no so oninam okopie people mu a okohia enyame no mu bi sei wo mo so mo di enimde e ma no na kwan wo mo fa so di enimde ma no enya miracle a very highly advanced technology ino mo ye den omutimi ede yeden ede hye ni mu e download gu ni mu enu nti na o read Quran na ya wa chapter bi e friend Ikra min sheda nim about obo Ikra na anase the read e wo brofo mu a Quran chapter anase verse anase obo chapter na obo the reader obehun se obetimi anya bibisa na okan Quran na nsem na ye ka ewo Quran ni mu no e kire se abra abofo no ebehia na omia no no ka kye no so onkan no si ontimi nkan onsu ade eda nto ontimi nkan no omia no saa na ostai se o kan we eye code a eda Quran ni mu enye so omia no what you say okay omo adopting no na adopting ya omo adopting no they make sure said omo de ne fa technological system mu omo downloading information egu ni trim nti saa information no omo di gu ni trim no eno na otimi nya ho kwan a bofo no omo ka Quran mu se bofo ni mia no na o start say o kenkan nti eho no no Quran be catch us a miracle because woman omo chiro Quran no and as a woman or narrative story na chiro woman no omo understanding at that very moment and at that very time no very limited nti eba na saa na very difficult for them to get the accurate story and as an accurate experience of what is going on because sa enyame no mu omo baaye no abode na omo baaye no woman nim de no wechire what you say na womo ye abode bi a yenhu bi da na ade a womo ye ewo womo so bebi omu free baaye no na so yenye bi na ye technology no yenyan develop what is called technology and there benewo ye experiencing technology all over the world no na bibisa ni ho nti anytime a won behu bibisa no no mo de omu wiase ade a womu ni ade a womo hye ne nso eno na womo timi de yeden e de explaining nyama nti ade a won te ase no the miracle a hye ho what you say now so enye bibi miracle say ye come miracle bibisa ni ho so what I'm saying is so at a very particular point in time, that was when we have this prophet called Muhammad. And Muhammad, there's a story, or in the Quran that says that so Muhammad went into the mountains, and then the angel came to him, Angel Gabriel came to him, and then squeezed him and told him to read, and he couldn't read. So the angel kept on squeezing him till he started reading. So this is a very code in the Quran. So because at that very moment the people were not highly advanced, or they were primitive, and so whatever they see around them is what they use in their best of knowledge to explain what kind of experiences was happening at that very moment. So this is where we come in, and then we put in the puzzles, so that we can get the right information. And so these were extraterrestrials, aliens, unidentified flying object is what it is, their ship that they used to travel from their places through time into our place. And so these aliens, they were those in contact, they were those who contacted Muhammad. So in a sense that he was adopted, and then they download informations into him. And so because he himself had no knowledge of whatever was happening then, so he just narrated the story with what kind of experiences he was having then, because at that very time there were nothing called technology. You and I know there was no technology at that very moment. So everything around them is what they use to explain their experiences. So now Muhammad was squeezed by Angel Gabriel. That's what they know. They call them angels of God. Okay, because these entities or these aliens are very very knowledgeable, and so because they don't want to cause panic, sometimes they try to align the information, align the knowledge into you by not trying to jeopardize your DNA. You understand? To cause any shock within you. So they try to align with your experiences till you will evolve to a certain state that you will understand whatever they were trying to give it to you, or how or why they want to communicate with you. Why I'm saying all this is because it's very difficult to teach people or to give knowledge to people who are living in a certain places that they've not seen anything which is more bigger than what they've already experienced in life. And so because of that, such people are still lacking information. So when we talk of evolvement comes in levels. And so someone who is within Egypt, have lived their life in Egypt, their level of evolvement is higher than people who are coming from the West African countries, who don't have this kind of knowledge, this kind of things from the Egypt, from Mesopotamia, Peru, and the rest of the countries. So because of that, people in that manner, teaching them or giving them knowledge is kind of very complicated. I'm trying to break things down little by little so that everybody will get little understanding from whatever information I am giving out. So because of that, Muhammad tries his possible best to narrate his experience to his wife, which is called Khadija. And so at that very moment, Khadija, because of the family background of Khadija, they knew such things, or some of the people have experienced certain things, and so she have little knowledge of these things. So she directed Muhammad to one of her brother to go there so that he will help Muhammad, so that he will get all the concept from these aliens that were called angels. I'm using this to back up my teachings, to back up the information that I want to give out. Now, we've been soaked with these two religions, which is Christianity and Islam. Now, it is very difficult for you to even help a brother with a knowledge. He sees you to be Lucifer, devil, evil. This is how they see you, because when you read the Bible, you read the Quran has already warned people that be careful, be warned. There are these evils around. There are these demons that comes and then come and change your mind or to give you wrong information. So people are very alert, seated down, waiting for those people to come to them. And so if it happened that you are someone who is highly consciously in knowledge, now when you come to people of such and you try to explain to them or to give them the knowledge, because they already have that information at the back of their mind, immediately you start talking, then they start pointing fingers at you. They don't even want to hear anything from you. They don't want to get the knowledge you are about to dispel to them. Now, why all these things? Why did they intentionally place these informations in the Bible and in the Quran? Let's think about these things. If someone says it's coincidence, I don't believe in that. This was intentionally, because they knew that a time is coming, people are evolving, and so people will come asking for questions. And when you don't have answers for people about certain things, then you put in fear. And that fear, it is the boundary between the lies and the truth. Now, they are stuck within the lies because they are scared to come through the wall so that they can have the truth. And it has caused a shield to protect them within their ignorant life. I don't blame them. We all came from that place one way or the other. We all came from the same background, and it's fortunate for some of us to come out and then realize that we need to get awakened. We need to use the brain. We need to explore more. And now, for you to come out from that journey, it's not easy, very complicated. You have the societal norm, the family norm, and then you have the culture of Christianity and Islam. That is where anytime you try to question the Bible and the Quran, they start pointing fingers at you. And because of that, it's very difficult for people to come out of that society, because they're going to face the society. It's very difficult for them to come out from that religion because they will face society. I know a lot of people who are doing these things and they are facing it. Why? Because the people are ignorantly attacking their own brothers and sisters unknowingly, that they've been programmed to do that to their own brothers. Now, there are a lot of things that is coming out. Enyama bebre eba ewa asase mu. Informations bebre eba. What you say? Enimdie bebre eba. Ene yehu no kware no. No kware na eda honum no, ende yehu. Abraham Muhammad ose bofo ayeden aba besra no no. Wo mumia no na wo mo de information, technological information no mo de dua ni mu. Omo planting nyama woni mu. Ama na adwen no ebenya informations bi. Nti sa informations no no start say ode yeden. Ode kire ade. Nti nka senka eye good. Okay, and then other na make say sesia no sa religion no corrupt, Christianity corrupt. Dia Muhammad edibaye no eno ne ye knowledge a ode ba beboa ni nuanom humans enipa dasemi. What you say? Now as time goes on, almost also be creative nechi no nkrofo be creative nyama e de fry. What you say? Because omu hu ni say ye kan ni say ye ko ni say ya ye betimi aka nipa dasemi ahye nipa dasemi na adwen mu entimi nyeden entimi mie enti we ni na echi no na ema ene wo menya too much power. Na yembisa ye ho say eba ne say na o read Quran, o read Bible na nyame aka kire o say ebedru mre bi no abunsamfo bi beba Yebenya nkrofo bi a omo beba a omo pese omo yeden omo yi wo free no kware no mu enti omo de ahyensude ayeden ato ho enti wo start say o kasa na wo ka no emfa Quran eni Quran ne kwan so eni Bible ne kwan so a straightforward no na afi ya start point ensa ewo so wo so ma start de wo nsa akere wo so wo ma start yeden attack you aden no mo yesa wo ma mo ye no the question is it coincident say omo yesa na enye coincident na omo sheda pa no mo ye what you say because omo nim say emre bi beba no enimdie beba ama enkrofo aba be hu no kware no say ade no sa anya sa net nti wo man kasa wo medikan de nyama bi ahye ho no mu de ehu aka ho because say wanfa ehu anka ho a nipa da se ni nsoro hwe ade a wo se man nya kro be ye because sana mechanism ne tie mechanism ne ye very curious ya ye ne very in a curious way ohwehwe ade de bia opɛ no kware wahu sana ya ye adwen no nti adwen no the way ya ye ni nti no all the time no ohwehwe ade very curious ade na ohwehwe no se ne nsanka ya onjaye nti abra wo start religion no almost start so mo choro muma no ne nkeka no na nkrofo ba bebisa wo mo nsem nkrofo ba ya wo mo bebisa wo mo asem no enye nini na no munya wo mo ho bebre no ye kumomo bebre no ye twen wo ma so na de aka no ye de set example e de ama de aka no se usu nim na wo ba na bebisa asem se ya kwan we ne no be fa so aden because omunim so omunni no kware bia de ma wo man kasa no omunnim ade a wo mo choro no nti esan se wo mo mpe enimguase beka wo mo no what you say any trimupo bia na wo mo wo nti no wo de nsem bi sa ba wo munnim moae bia de ma okay sesi a ye wo hoyi yamfa ne se mene wo yakɔ school a yɛkɔ yɛ no wo baby a wo free ba ya ansa na wo be join school ni different me so baby a me free ba ya be join school ni different ye ba ye yete class ba kom na ade a teacher no e kire no baby a wo free ba ya no ye dikan a kire wo eno deda nanso me no minnim ade a ye den ye kire no enti me no betena classroom na wo no wo be fa ne easy what you say wo be fa ne easy because wo no ye dikan a kire wo deda but me no me fa ne easy the reason why me fa ne easy ni say enimdie bi wo ho ye dikan e de aba wo deda me no me ni sa enimdie no enti dia ye kire no either say eye papa ana say eye bone mefa but wo no we dikan ehun sa enimdie ne deda ama what you say eye papa ana say enye papa enti say enye papa wo no straightforward no wo be sorry aka ho asem say papa so obetena wo afa nanso me no me ni choice dia ye de ma me ne na me fa because me ni enim die bia me de be kanta say asimasi asem a wo kan enye sa wa na say enye say what you say eno an say me fa sana religion akoye sana Bible akoye sana Quran so akoye now imagine we have people who were composing the Quran and the Bible. They were writing informations, and the informations they were writing, most of them they don't even understand, and so they try to put in their own experiences, their own words in the Bible and the Quran, because they have an intention of what? Because they have an intention of what? Of trying to control the masses. Now they put in an information that would enslave us, mental slavery. Why? Because they realized that whatever they were doing was benefiting them, and so they were doing it. And so they placed some informations in the Bible and the Quran that whosoever try to ask such questions, that person is not coming from God. That person is evil. Everybody should stay away from that person. Why? Because they couldn't answer certain questions at that very moment, at that very time. And so some of them were killed, some were punished. Why? Because they were asking certain questions. So they created a law to back up whatever they have. They created so many things that will put in more fear within us so that we wouldn't ask so many questions. And they knew that as time goes on in life, there are so many informations that will come out. We will discover so many knowledge. And now, because they knew this, they've already planted all these things within our heads. And so if someone comes out and question or ask questions which does not align with the Quran and the Bible, that person will be pointed finger at. And so because of that, now it's very difficult for some of the people who are coming from this family or society or within a country. Those people find it difficult to live a better life, because everybody will point their fingers at them. Why? Because they are trying to think otherwise. They are trying to They are trying to do things that nobody's supposed to do. So all these things were planned well. And now look at where they are living. They are not even with us anymore, but we are fighting their battle for them against our own selves. So because of that, it's very difficult for us to come out to give our own people knowledge, to give our people the truth, to awaken them, to give them what is called knowledge, the true knowledge. So as I was saying, there is nothing called a miracle. It's all technology. There's nothing called miracle. But we have some entities. We have so many energy manipulating and all that. There has been some experiences that we would already have for over thousands of years, like hypnosis and mind controls, and there are so many things, how to manipulate people's energy, how to control it, how to let you do things without your own will and all that. We have all these things. But what we call miracle in the Bible or in the Quran isn't actually mean miracle. It was extraterrestrials, aliens that were having their own technology that they were using at that very moment. Now, as I was saying, this information has to give to the people. The truth must be told. We need to what? We need to enlighten our own brothers and sisters so that they can come out from the sleep. They can come out from the slumber. You see? And see, the American in an say, Kwaya omashada ene afasono. And no nama ene menewo yebre. Yabre a yegusu bre. Ene wamu ni yehu biomu. Nanso ye ko womo ntokwa ama womo. Adenti na wase ba nsa. Ende ye ko womo ntokwa e ma womo. Omo titi baby. Na menewo ye ko ntokwa e de ama womo. Ye kunkum ye ho e de ama womo. Adenti na wase ba nsa. I think it's high time say yensesa ya adwen every enyama bebre mu enyama bebre aye ye no e was say yanka say yensesa ya adwen so that we can recognize the common enemy within our society, within our world, so that we can be free of these tensions, of these lies, of these fears that people have plotted within us for thousands of years. The reason why I'm treating this topic or giving this information is because I'm laying this foundation so that if you are on a journey of awakening, I'm telling you, you are on the right path. It's not going to be easy. You're going to face so many challenges, some from societal norms, some from family, some from schools, some from even within the countries. So it's not going to be easy. But let me remind you, anyone who find yourself awakened, then I'm telling you, you are a hybrid being. You are one of the teachers who are in being sent to come down, to come and what? Liberate, awaken, to teach about consciousness, about downloading, about uploading informations, how you download it and then you upload it to the fellow brothers and sisters. I'm saying this because I'm trying to let those who don't even believe in spirituality, they don't believe in consciousness, awakening, they don't believe in all these things. If there is a knowledge out there and you have your brain, you have your mechanism, you can listen and analyze it and then see if this information doesn't hit you or doesn't fill some of the puzzles within you. It will, because good information are supposed to be at the right places. This is how it works. It's just like a magnet. Magnets have two faces, the north and south. Okay, so when the south and the north comes together, you know what happened. So it's just natural within every human being, within our DNA. And so some information, whether you believe it or not, this information would hit you. And when it hits you, you absorb it, you download it, whether you like it or yes. You will download it, and then you start realizing that this information is now opening some doors. It's a key opening some doors within your life. Don't try to ignore it. I'm telling you, whatever is within the Bible and in the Quran that tells you that, oh, immediately you hear about this, immediately you see this, immediately someone tells you this, immediately someone tries to advise you on this way, ignore the person. The person is evil. So because of that, if your mom, your dad, or your siblings, or some of your family relatives tries to give you an information which is not from the book, you will ignore them, because the book has already told you that you are on your own and you'll be judged alone. So if you allow anyone to deceive you, you'll be punished alone. So because of that, how can you get or take an information from a family member or a friend? You will not, because you've been told you'll be judged alone, you'll be punished alone. So you shouldn't allow anybody to come your way to deceive you. And they make sure that you will not see the importance of a family. Why? Because they have a system of divide and rule. Because of that, they are trying their possible best. Start to separate families so that they can what? They can rule well. Now, if I love my brother, if I love my family members, if I love my mom, if I love my dad, immediately my dad tells me about, oh, okay, your book says this and that. It is not true. Is this, is that. The Bible gives you that opportunity, give you that chance, that mantle that you should stay away from your dad. You shouldn't allow your dad to what? To mislead you. You see, imagine, ask yourself a question. How can someone brings you into this world and that person is in to mislead you? These people sat down, your mom and dad, they sat down, they invest in what we call marriage, in what we call hard working, in what we call to have everything before bringing you into this world. And when you were coming into this world, your parent has to go through a lot before you coming out to this world. Your mom has to go through 9 months, changing of hormones, changing of so many things, which cause them distractions, which cause them depression, anxiety, stress, change of hormones. They had to go through all these things just because of you. And now these people tell you this or that, and then a book, just common book, which were written by mere people, most of them were halfway ignorant. They don't even understand what they were writing. They don't even know what kind of experiences or informations they having. So they added their own what? Their own experiences and knowledge. These people are telling you that these two wonderful, lovely people who brought you to this earth, don't listen to them because they can deceive you. Wow. You see how powerful they were able to what? To control, to give us that wrong information so that they can mentally enslave us. So if I respect and love a book better than my mom and dad, then I tell you, you are already lost. I always say this at the end of my videos. If you allow someone, or if you allow someone to bring you a book and tells you the book, the characters within the book are more important than your parents or your family, then I tell you, you already lost. The American inane say, enyama womu ye nina no, womu ye ne say, womu de bechichire wadwe. What you say? Womu ye ne say, womu de bechichire wadwe. Na ometimi abɔ mmɔden ayɛ sɛ o maame ana o papa koraa sɛ ɔka asɛm na enimu manimu eni Bible eni Quran mu a ɔmo se mentie wɔ mo twunhu firi wɔ mo ho because ɔmbetimi ayera wo na ɛmoma na atimi aka kyerɛ wo sɛ onkoa na wokɔ onkoa so na ebebu waten onkoa na obewura wo gyem onkoa so na obekɔ heaven nti bibia gyina onkoa wo so asɛm baako a mebisa ne sɛ ada na yampai wo mfiri duam ada na yampai wo mfiri duam na sɛ yampai wo mfiri duam ebuom wo mfiri nsuo mu na ɔbaaye dia na kyerɛ sɛ bibia wo firi baaye no na ɛhɔ ho hia paa wɔn kwan a ɔma fa so a ɔmo de titi yɛ mu because yɛka bɔ mu a wɔn mu ntimi nya yɛhwee enti na akamfo bɛka sɛ praye woka bɔ mu a embu nanso yiyi ne baako a na ebu enti wɔn wɔ system bi a wɔn de titi yɛ mu sisi a ne yɛmfa enidie ni ebuo ɛmfa mma mpanyinfoɔ anasɛ yawofoɔ anasɛ yebusiafoɔ bio sisi a no nko a onam na wayɛ ɔho ankonam wahu wayɛ ɔho ankonam te sɛ the way broni bɛka ɔse each one for himself, God for us all. So what you say? Enti kwan we no mo fa so ede eyeden ede breyase because opese wadwen no mani nyane opese bebia wada edru no undan kosi saa enti eyeden se yanum se no ye beba wanim na ya ba beka nokore ede a kire because onfa saa na yayew se mentie hwe because bonsam o dada o maami po na ekapo a untie o papa na ekapo a untie because ya kire wo se immediately start say o TV bisa na eye bonsam na e wo nipa ni mu na oye nti enidie ni ebuo kra no ntimi mfa ma wa wofuo bio wure fipo so mo no mo ne ba asase so nti untie wo mo yenhwe ne ha enkrofo mienu a wo mo ye wo maame na wo papa wo mo hia ye na mo do wo mo na mo de no kwaredie eka bo mu na mo yi sika na mo de ware ye wo mo san yi sika edi sifie eyi sika e make sure say ebusia no e ba benyin no mu wo bibia ekura wo mu ansa na ye ba benyim wo na ye ba benyim wo no woda wo ma miyem 9 months emfie nkron tacho mitwi no say nyesa abo fa chami emfie nkron woda wo ma miyem na wo ma miyem na woda no wo ma me okọ anyema bia sa anyema no etene no edane no ama otimi ye eni otimi dane suban bebre se saa de no esi wo emma so a na se wanya adofo papa ewo ne ho ebusiafo a on be krakra ne mu a so oba na otimi hwere ne nkwa anase etimi fa ne trim anase wo wie kra na on pese obeben akwala no o ma me etimi akosa de mu 9 months mfie nkron pa wakowa mu no de wa ba asase yi so ono ba asase yi so ensi ho a na wa bomoden one wo papa abomoden atena wo ho ahyehye abrabo papa e de amaw na wa ba benyi edrum pempenso obi ono bie na no ka kire wo se ade a wo muma yi mu enya wo se oyebonsam because e moma ne ka kire wo sometimes no me ka asem bi se nyansa ni adwen a eda yetri mu no e ade a esopa nanso se wanhu so hwe wanhu kwan a obefa so eyusu a na afi wa ba be ye nipa hunu keke sebe wa ba be ye nipa hunu wati ase wanu mo ma menufo sa eye moja o papa ono ma me ehia no so no eye moja ni moja enti wo no wo mayi wo mo moja dodo a ewo mu mu na mo de nwene wo na ono ka kire se asimasi asama ewo we ni mu no memfa na me kura ne me faaya ba fe ma benya ne hu se no enye no kware o ka kire wa wo se mo ma ne se onipa bi obeka bibisa no oye bonsam oye beifo wow adwen no abafom abafom ewo bebi a wo mo so wo pe ne pepepe wo bebi adwen na aba no ho ana mo pe no wadwen ne nka ho ene kire se yese wada wehu eno na kire se wada nti sa wada no kwan ben so na yanu mu no a yenyane ne ye befa so ade enyane wo hwe enimde etese magnet hia dade a wo motale automatically enimde ene hunhum ati wo mu no sa na omote nti se even asema make no eyem kwase asem kra mawo based on your physical experiences krana within you no hunhum bi tu mu asem no meka ono obefa no matter what obefa asem na meka no fa asem na meka na obe make sure say obe analyze e wo utrim de bia opese wo yi asem ni free utrim so asem ni free utrim da asem no pese wo yi free utrim na so asem ni free utrim da de bia na popia de bia na ba de bia no akwa yi asem na ba because ade na tu mu no kire wo say asem asimasi ka no yahu bibi obetomenti wo saa obetete wo saa until say wo be den wankasa wo be yi hu say okay sisi ade me pese me ye den me pese me hu ade ye den ewo mi mu ana say asem a nipa ni kan ye no me pese me hu ni forever what you say wo pese wo hu ade deben hona wo jani no astarte hono onfa ni easy sa the entire make say onfa ni easy no because baby awoti fi awoti mebusiafo mu ndamfufuo mu ekuro ni mu no ebia na omo so no mu kita adwen bi different enti wona wosu wen bibi ahete osa no wo pese wo find no kware na e wo se wo ye nyama bebre wo fie ebi mu te say meditation o bom paya menko bo bibi din bo bibi ati wo mu anase fa wodin e bom paye se tumi a wotimi mu tumi sesi ano unnim bebi ano kware ne eda tumi ati wo mu ompia bonten no mbe kire wade na meka me kire o start sa na afa wo behu se on tumi na ati wo mu no so daye o so daye obefa afa obesta so o kire wade nkakra obesta so o mawa enimdiye no wenye yase yasem we eya sema eda ho eye no kware trudo enti oya sa na afi obehu se wankasa no wa start nya confident bi wa start nya akukuduro bi wo mu because bibi tu mu ade no ye nwanwa ade no ye fe ade no wabotare ekutodo na o kire wade obie wadwen mu enti obeden obesta se o fa nkakra menko obia ho se obi nkire obibi anase bibi dabi fa umu kasa tumi na etu mu no fa ne kasa nsa one ne kasa wie a afei no wanya ejinaye bi ejina so ansa na obetu anamo se o ye den o kɔ bebi foforo akɔ akɔ bisa nsɛm nti honom no ojani na ye den ahye ase kakra saa afei obehu sɛ what start a gain consciousness what start a awaken every undem obehu sɛ enyama bebre ekɔ wabrabom ekɔ so wabrabom afei enyama otaye pa no obehu sɛ afei no otwe ho efiri obehu sɛ eduane a opepa no untandi bio obehu sɛ because system na wo mu no wa activate no ho tumi na etu mu na activate no ho nti ade bi a system no ehia ɛwɔ body mu a ɛde we ɛmfa asempa embrel no anase emboa body no obehu sɛ what start ye den reject it obehu sɛ system na start reject nyama nkakrakra sɛ wo ndamfo no omo mfa positive energy emfa ma okwan so a obehu sɛ wankasa wa start tete wo mo so naturally obehu sɛ unyama bi a wo ye bia no asa ni patene ne ekwan so na udru ho na me say aye soronko sa experiences na ewo ho no aye soronko pa obehu sɛ afi wakoma no adahodin obehu sɛ the way affairs no wo soro no obehu sɛ energy na yeden a start balance no ho energy na start reshape no ho nti ofa that process ni mu nkakrakra afi obehu sɛ wadwen no a start yi enyama eba now no wa unlock baby our crown chakra no wono se ebie a sesi ano etimi access informations eba wankasa wo mu informations no free cosmic energy no mu eba wo mu wankasa wa start say o ye den o download the informations because sesi ano you've released yourself from imprisonment. What you see here? So what I was saying is now there are a lot of informations that when we are trying to give it to people is very difficult because they already have the otherwise. They already have this concept of evil, devil speech, devil informations, and so anything that doesn't tally from the books, they will not take it. Due to that, it's going to cost you a lot because you are to be awakened. You understand? You are to be awakened. But rather unfortunate, some book has already imprisoned you. Now, if you want to come out of this slumber, what you need to do is don't even talk to anybody. Just go to sleep and pray. When you are praying, do not mention anything. Say, the higher energy within me, I call upon you. I call upon you to enlighten me, to teach me, to open my eyes, to give me the true knowledge, the true information about this universe and where you came from. Each time you start doing this, you attach meditation to it. Stay in a silent places. Do this prayer at least a week. And 2 weeks, 3 weeks, you start seeing changes in your life. You start seeing manifestation in your life. You start dreaming. And those dreams, we had the vivid dreams, the lucid dreams. These dreams will appear to you like it is happening physically, but they are dreams. The higher self within you will start guiding you because the higher self has been there for ages, because the higher self does not die. They don't expire. They are Alpha and Omega. What have you? They are there to help you pass through this journey. But rather unfortunately, there has been some Bibles, some Qurans that is blocking you for you to reach enlightenment, to gain consciousness, to awaken from sleep, from slumber. So the moment you start doing this practice, you realize that so many things are changing within your system itself. Most of the foods that you really love, you're going to reduce eating them. Most of the lifestyle that you live, you're going to start cutting them off. It's not by you, it is by within the higher self. Now, you have given control to the higher self, and the higher self is what? Is now controlling, has taken over, controlling. Take some corruptions out of your way, some errors, informations out of your way. There are some foods that when you eat them, it doesn't benefit you. They bring you harm. So the inner self will start rejecting all these things. The inner self will now take in control. Your inner self will take in control. Will make sure that will take you through the journey. I'm saying all these things is because this is the knowledge. This is the beginning for the beginners. When you start with these steps, trust me, you will come back and then you will share your experiences with us. And so I tell you, let all rise up. Let all share the common knowledge, awakening. Let all do God's job, because we are the gods. Let's all love one another. Let us unite. There is no difference between you and I. You have a red blood. I have a red blood. Nobody on this planet who is carrying a blue blood, green blood, yellow blood. We all have the same blood. The same system that I was made of is the same system you are made of. You talk, I talk. We eat, we drink, we see, we love. We experience a lot of things. We do the same thing. So what is the difference between you and I? There isn't. It is the books. It is the books that has brought this distraction, misinformations to us, that has separated you and I. Let's all rise up and drop the book and unlock our higher self. Let's all rise up. Let's all rise up. Let's all welcome one another. Let's all promote positive energy. Thank you very much for coming on God's TV. And I hope the hope that we have, one day we will benefit from it. I love you guys. Let's all do the job. We came to this world